Hey everybody, welcome along to my channel. Today I'm going to do a little update for you. This is concerning some of the stuff that Retro Games Limited themselves have been releasing. We've got a little update on some controllers that work with the system, and also a game which is beloved to a lot of people that people have been having a lot of trouble running. I'm going to show you how to get it running, courtesy of somebody in my comments who's been like desperate to get this game running, and we've been having a lot of dialogue with it, and he finally figured out how to get it to work. So I'm going to share that with you guys in case you're struggling yourself. This is Darren Parker, who, if you go to one of my video, or my last video actually, there's been a lot of comments in there to do with Sensible World of Soccer, and he figured the system out for getting it to work, and we will go over that at some point. I'll do that actually on the Mini itself. I'll show you. So while I was recording this video, Retro Games went and released their 1.01 WHDLoad package, which, according to the website, has the changes of updating the WHDLoad database to the latest version, and it fixes occasional black screen display. I haven't had a chance to test this yet, as it's 3 o'clock in the morning and I'm recording this, but I will give it a test tomorrow and let any guys in the comments know, if it's made any differences to anything. So far I haven't had too many problems, so I haven't got much to compare it against, but I will let you guys know. But once again, update 1.01 has now officially been released as of the early hours of the morning of the 15th of April. There wasn't much of a fanfare with this, they just kind of snuck it out on us, but I did notice it while I was recording the video and going through the website that it actually changed. So I thought I'd let you guys know. Okay, secondly, this posted last night on the Facebook group. So we have added a new extra support page to our website, hopefully answering some of the more common questions we've been asked by email, Messenger, Twitter, Facebook questions. Feel free to share the link. Okay, the link is, I'm going to put that up on the screen for you, so that should be on the screen now, and we will have a look at the page itself. So yes, once again, to get to the Retro Games website, type in Retro Games Limited into Google and click, and obviously we want the A500 Mini, so we'll go and learn more. And if you hit support at the top here, now you'll see where there were 3 options before, there's now 4, the frequently asked questions. So click on that and you'll see a whole bunch of options here, quite a lot, and we'll go through a few of them. This is the main one which obviously we've been having issues with. Why is my USB stick not detected? So let's click on that and we'll read it. A500 Mini requires a USB stick to be formatted with FAT32 system along with a master boot record. So it says recent versions of Windows will attempt to use exFAT or NTFS instead of FAT32, especially if the stick is of a higher capacity. So ensure your stick is no more than 32 gigabytes in size, which again I covered in the last video. Larger sticks cannot be formatted to FAT32, so that's why it has to be below. I've had a few people say a 64 gig stick has worked for them, but you're better off sticking to the parameters. Use Windows Format Utility and select FAT32 from the File System menu. So pretty self-explanatory, and I did cover that in the last video, but it's nice to see that my facts were correct, because I wasn't 100% sure I was going off everything that I'd experienced, but Retro Games themselves are saying it too. Obviously, if you have a Mac, I'll let you read that yourself. You can pause the video if you need to. I'm just concerning myself at the moment with Windows, because that's what I have. Why doesn't the program on my USB stick work? So this might be a good one to cover. There are so many programs available, it's difficult to give specific help. However, we try to give extensive instructions in the user manual that should help you get going. And here we go. There's a note. We have enabled external program loading on the A500 Mini so the Amiga community can have even more fun with the console. Given the vast number of programs available, we cannot make any guarantees they will all work, or unfortunately address each individual problem. However, there's a great deal of community support for WHDLoad in our products, so we recommend reaching out to the various social media support groups as the A500, the CC4 and VIC20 Facebook group. So yeah, that's what I said, didn't I? There's a massive community, they're all willing to help you. I get that Retro Games are saying they can't help it with individual games, because obviously there's so many out there. They can't really cover all of it. They haven't got the time, have they? Let's face it, to cover every single game. There's thousands, we all know that. Okay, so I'm not going to go over all these, because obviously look, there's hundreds. This will be the longest video in history. We're going to do the virtual keyboard, because that's one. By default, the menu button is assigned to open a virtual keyboard for programs to load from the USB stick. The A500 Mini will not know if the program requires the use of the menu button for its own functionality or if the virtual keyboard is required. If the game needs access to the virtual keyboard, you can map it to a button of your choice in the game settings, map gamepad, see the section mapping the gamepad in the user manual. So there you go. That's probably why when you go into the menu settings. I told you that on the last video, the tip, back out, go into the settings, and if you just go into map gamepad, I think if you click into that, it gives a couple of presets to the gamepad, and those presets, one of them includes the menu button being active. So that's why probably when you go into it and then back straight out of it and go back into your game, it now recognizes the button as the menu button. It doesn't do it by default. So that's what I was saying before. If you're having problems getting the menu up when you use WHDLoad game, just follow the instructions on my last video. Back out the video basically and go into map gamepad. You don't have to tinker with anything, just unless you want to put it on a different button, obviously. Otherwise, just back straight out of it into your game again and it should work. Okay, so as you can see, we've got lots and lots and lots of things here. We'll cover this one first because this is one that people ask me. What does set patch not found mean? This is normal. When loading a game that is not recognised by the A500, it will try and load anyway. As it goes through this loading process, it will normally display a message that set patch is not found, which you can safely ignore. So basically it's telling you that that's not an error with the console. It just basically means that the game that you're trying to load is not working. And we know that already. We've tried that with a bunch of the games. It keeps coming up with that. I constantly keep getting people say I keep seeing set patch not found. So it's not an error with your console. It's just the fact that that's what comes up when it can't load a game. And the last couple of things I want to talk about is this. So we'll talk about the controller here because I want to talk about the controllers now. We'll branch off to that. Why doesn't my own controller work? We've attempted to support many different controllers, but we're only able to test a small number, not exhaustively. All controllers that work with the C64 Mini and full size should work, and there's a lot of community support around which are the most compatible. So that will lead us nicely on. Let me just say obviously there's a lot more questions you can go into here. You know how to get into this now, so if you're having any of these issues, then you might as well come to this website rather than rely on this video, because obviously I don't want to make it a half-an-hour video. And just go and check these out for yourself. And if they're not covered in this, register with the Facebook group. You can always ping them a message. They may not get back to you, I don't know, but if they don't, other people are on there that may answer your question for you. So rely on the community support for that. Okay, I watched a video where somebody got a PS4 controller working on there on the Mini, and I did it myself, and I got the PS4 controller working beautifully. Was playing Kickoff 2, it was amazing using the stick, it was so much better. Anyway, I had to do a few things. I switched my Mini off, went back to it a couple of hours later, and tried it again. The controller worked first time perfectly. Then all of a sudden it started acting really weird. It didn't work. I couldn't get anything to work. I had to plug the original gamepad in to get it to work, to get the console to work again. And I couldn't figure out why. And I still don't know why 100% myself. I don't know if the people that were making these videos about the PS4 controllers working were not testing it thoroughly or whatever. I don't want to accuse anybody of anything, of course, but maybe that was the point. They weren't 100% testing it. But for me, I couldn't get the controller to work consistently, and I've got a theory as to why, and I may be totally off base here, so don't quote this as the Bible or gospel. This is just a theory, but it's probably to do with power. Obviously the console, when I was doing it at the time, had the mouse, the stick and the PS4 controller plugged into it, and I think it just didn't have enough power to do it. And also, so when the controller ran out of charge, it was also trying to then charge the controller as well, and it just didn't have enough power to do all that. So today, at some point, I haven't done it yet because I don't have the time. I'm doing a university course as well at the same time, so time is very much at a premium for me right now, but I'm trying to make these videos because, I really want to help people if I can. I'm going to test a powered USB hub today, and I would suggest if you're trying your own controller, that might be the best way to go. That way, obviously, the controller will stay plugged into it permanently for me, and hopefully that means it will continue to be charged. And also, it may draw the power from that rather than the Mini itself, which I'm hoping then will fix the whole issue. But as far as compatibility-wise, the PS4 controller works brilliantly, and I know a lot of people are saying they're using a wired Xbox 360 controller too, which also works brilliantly. So if you've got access to either of those two, try them for yourself, see if they work without the hub, if that's what you want, and they do work, but you may run into some issues further down the line if you play for a long session and the controller starts to run low on battery. That's what I think it is anyway, but I could be way off base here. But try it for yourself and let me know if you have any results with that in the comments. I'd be very interested to hear. But I'll try the USB hub later, and in a future video I'll report back and let you know if it solved my issue. Okay, so here we are on the Mini, and the final thing I wanted to demonstrate to you is how to run Sensible World of Soccer. So we're going to go into my S folder. Excuse all the mess in here, because this is not organised in any way. Okay, so Sensible World of Soccer. I just want to go into it and then come straight back out, because I've got a reason for this. So, we'll press home to start the game. And then we'll menu out. Next we can. Let's menu out. Go back in. We want the game settings. Okay. Now, I don't know if it's on this by default. I think by default we're on Blitter mode wait. So I'm going to set that to Blitter mode wait. And then we'll restart the game. Okay, so Sensible World of Soccer, load up. So here you can see we've got the loading screen. It's not a problem, it's working no problem. We'll start a career mode, and I'll just start like that. Choose team, Europe. Just select any team. And it crashes. Okay? So I think that's on the default setting of the Blitter mode. Right, what you need to do is come into here, go back into the game settings, and change your Blitter mode to immediate. And close. And now launch the game. Okay, so we're at the loading screen, which, you know, you're probably not that excited by now because you saw this last time. You're probably thinking it's still not going to work. But let's see the magic. Okay, so we'll just do the same as we did last time. We'll just pick the first team that comes up. And this time, it works. Now, I don't know if this fix would work on any other game. You know, if you're having issues with it crashing immediately, maybe you want to try that. See, when I said last time, I don't understand those settings enough to say, oh, we'll change Blitter mode, use copper, blah, blah, blah. But if you do mess about with them, then sometimes your game will work. This is courtesy of Darren Parker on my Facebook comments, who came up with this little fix. And it works. I don't know if it works with other versions of Sensible World of Soccer. I haven't tried it yet. And like I said, I don't know if it works with every game that doesn't work. But, you know, it's a fix, isn't it? And it absolutely works. I've played a game on here and it works perfectly. The game itself, I haven't played it, like, you know, I can't say I'm through like 10 seasons of it or whatever, but as you can see here, absolutely no problems with it loading up. And hopefully you can get your PS5 controller working on it too, and everyone's happy. I'm not actually going to control this now because I need to end the video, but there you go. So there's a little thing that you can do, especially with Sensible World of Soccer. I know there's a lot of fans of this game out there, so I'm sure they'll be pleased to hear this. But if you're having trouble with other games, maybe give it a whirl. You never know. Okay guys, that's the end of this video. So leave any comments below if you've found anything else out that can help other people. As always, I've had so many helpful suggestions in the comments. It's been fantastic. Remember that to subscribe and like the video if you're not already subscribed. That would be fantastic. And there'll be more updates coming. There'll be more some gameplay tests coming soon as well, once I can fit it into my busy schedule. To be honest, I've had this console nearly a week already, and I haven't played it anywhere near as much as I want to because I've been so busy making videos, and then, like I said, I'm doing a uni course and everything as well, so it just takes a toll, unfortunately. But I'm not as young as I used to be. But anything you want to ask me, you know, if I can't help you, then somebody who reads the comment, I'm sure, will jump on and help you out. Okay guys, and also if you want to get in touch with me, my social media addresses are also on the screen. I also have a Facebook page which you can link to in the picture. On my page there's a direct link to my Facebook page. You can like that as well. Don't forget to like the Retro Games Limited page to keep in touch with updates and stuff as well. But if not, I'll be around to keep you informed when one comes out. Okay guys, thank you so much for watching. As always, thank you for your support, your subscriptions, for watching my videos, and for your amazing help as well, because you've all helped me out too. So and you're helping other people, which I absolutely love to see. Thanks a lot guys, take care, see you on the next one, bye for now.